Hi sir, first of all, welcome to Movie Talkies.
Hey man,
and
thank you.
congratulations for the response you're getting for the song.
Well, I mean, it's the response belongs to Hriday, the song belongs to Hriday.
Yeah.
I just happen to be the medium.
So what do you think is the USP of the song, and what do you think is so different from the others, which makes it different from the others?
Look, the thing is, it's a truly beautiful song. It's not about being different. It's not about being trying to be different for the sake of being different. It's a beautiful song, very well composed, very well sung, and very well written. And I think Hriday's voice is the real difference, the differentiating factor in the song. He's got a beautiful, unique voice. And I think everyone who hears the song will feel it. That's most important. It's a very honest song.
It's very relatable to the real life.
Yeah.
So how do you think you connect to it when you heard it?
I think everyone will connect to it. Uljha to sabki hoti hai. So in some way or the other, all of us are a little bit Uljha. And we're all trying to suljha our uljhane. So yeah, I think everyone who hears the song will feel that.
So when and how did you decide to produce the song?
I didn't produce it. I'm the record label, so to speak. Basically, I heard Hriday play live at N87, and I've known him for a while. His father's a dear friend. So when I heard his music, I was like, this really needs to come out. And I think he's a very, very credible artist. Basically, in my mind, an artist should be able to not just sing, but also compose, write, perform, play, and Hriday can do all of these things. So he's a complete artist in that way, which is what makes it makes him unique and special. You get a lot of singles coming out nowadays, which sound like film songs. But to have a genuine artist put out genuine music is still rare. So yeah.
So would you say the trend of singles is back for quite some time now?
Man, I don't care about trends. Trends do nothing for me. At the end of the day, if you hear something and you feel like it's fresh and deserving of an audience and some support, then whatever I can do to back that, I will always do it.
So you have been working from 1999 in Bollywood for quite a while now.
Yeah.
You have seen singers on that lot, you have seen singers on this lot. How would you say the current lot is different from the others? And if you have by any chance choose from the talent amongst them?
No, I won't choose because that's ridiculous. But
how creative and selective they?
So for me, singing styles have really changed. Back in the 90s, early 2000s, singing was, especially playback singing, was over dramatized. You know what I'm saying? जितनी एक्टिंग एक्टर करते थे उससे ज़्यादा एक्टिंग सिंगर करते थे अपने गाने में. अब क्या हुआ, एक नेचुरल sort of ease आ गई है गाने में, where the singer expresses themselves and expresses the song more sort of honestly to the emotion of the song. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. That's the real change that I see.
So you have been very supportive to the talent, the new fresh talent basically. So how do you see the first thing, the distinctive quality in them, and you decided to go ahead with that? What quality you look for?
I have to just like it. Basically, when I watch or listen to music, or watch an act play, or watch or listen to someone sing, or play music or whatever it is, I just have to feel it. That's all. That's my only requirement. I don't. Baki sab baad mein, I believe that if you make honest music, that everything else will come. So there's no stress on that front.
And so basically, your latest work is releasing very soon now. And any of your particular favorite song from the film which you like most?
Well, yesterday I realized that Nashe Si Chad Gaye had 62 million views, which is before the film. So film aayegi to kya hoga? It's just going to go massive. So I'm very glad for that, and I'm very grateful for all the love that people have shown.
So would you like to say anything about the global citizen kind of events happening in India?
Yeah, it's great. I think more of them should happen.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
My pleasure, man. Thank you.
Hriday, first of all, welcome to Movie Talkies.
Thank you.
And basically, congratulations for the awesome response we are getting for your new single, Uljha.
Thanks a lot.
And tell us more about it.
Uljha is a song that I coined or wrote around 2-3 years ago, and it's a thought that's I think something that everybody is can relate to,
right,
more than anything else. And I'm a very indecisive, very Uljha person myself. I get up every morning and I'm Uljha. क्या करना है, कैसे करना है? I'm so confused generally. I think everybody is थोड़ा बहुत. Also, I think the creative mind needs some conflict, to
Right.
be itself. So it creates conflict so many times, or that's what Uljha is all about. Yeah.
So how was the idea for this song first of all came to your mind, and how did it all started?
I've genuinely like so I've been songwriting for a couple of years now, like 3-4 years, and I started the idea of songwriting with listening to other people and listening to other artists, international artists, and seeing what their inspirations for songs were, etc. And I wanted to form some method in my mind of how to write, which I found was very easy to do once I started coming up with ideas on a daily basis. And I realized this one thing, that I was writing from situations that I was seeing around me, seeing on TV, seeing in movies, experiencing myself.
Right.
And that was what writing was all about to me. And just one night I was sitting and playing the guitar, and this first hook came to me: "Hum hai सुलझे, मन है उलझा." And then I really liked it. I thought, there's something unique and it's different, and it's very relatable, because it's not some rocket science. It's a very simple thing that everybody goes through.
Right.
It's just that not everybody thinks of it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So I said, let's work on this song and make it develop it for.
Okay. Your song basically is totally, the complete video is in reverse.
Yeah.
So why so, and whose idea was this?
So it's damn funny, but we were doing the video, and the idea was to do a home video because it's an independent song. And,
Right.
it was just that karte kuch, just some nice visuals. We'll get a good camera, we'll get a good DOP, and we'll do this nice home video. And the guy that we got somebody to help us to direct the film. His name is Karan Singh Rathod.
Okay.
He's also an RJ on Fever 104.
Okay.
And he was incidentally at the office, and we were discussing stuff. And he left, and then he called me at night, and he said 2 days to the shoot, and he said कि video reverse में करेंगे. So I said हाँ ठीक है कर सकते हैं. I mean, he said audio भी reverse में करेंगे, because then only the lip sync will match. So he said make the audio in reverse and learn the whole thing.
Okay.
I said, Papa, the shoot is like day after tomorrow. I'm going for a gig tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to do this. But it was his idea, and he wanted to just, create a timeline of conflict. Because what is reverse? The idea was that everything is moving back, whereas my thought is still moving in front.
Yeah.
And, so that was the main concept of the video.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very spur of the moment idea. I liked it. I said, brilliant, let's do it.
Okay, the first line "हम है उलझे उलझे, हम है सुलझे सुलझे, मन है उलझा उलझा." Basically, every person, every single person can relate to it.
Correct.
So, how do you relate to it? If you want to comment on it.
In many ways, yeah. Like I said, I'm a very indecisive person. So with every decision I make, I'm उलझा. I'm उलझा हुआ for when I get up in the morning to what to wear से लेके where do I have to go to 100 things. Everything is उलझा हुआ in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how did the first Bollywood break happen to you?
Bollywood happened obviously with Lekar Hum Deewana Dil, and I did like 2 songs in that, Maloom and Tu Shining.
Right.
And that was a brilliant opportunity for me, because it was working with the maestro,
Yeah,
Rahman,
right.
and it was a dream come true. And I never imagined that I would be singing for him.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen his concerts since I was a really young child, and I never thought that I'd be singing for him and also singing on his concerts and stuff. So it was quite a turnaround. And the interesting part was I was studying at KM for a year, and also during that time I had asked Rahman sir, can I please just come around and sit at the studio? I won't trouble anyone. Just sit at the back and watch you work, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So for a year I used to study in college in the
Right.
day, go home, take a nap for a couple of hours, and then go back in the night, because Rahman sir works through the night, and sit at the studio the entire night, go home again around 6 o'clock, sleep for a bit, and go back to college. So I was like in this erratic schedule. In fact, writing started in a way where some nights he wasn't there in the studio, so I wouldn't go, or nothing was happening in the studio, so I wouldn't go, but I would just be awake.
Okay.
I would just be wide awake in the middle of the night and not know what to do. So I would be like, chalo likhte. And that was the thing that was coming to my mind because I was lonely, I was alone, I was in another city, and I was just sitting alone in the nights up. How much can you watch TV? How much can you do? So I think it kind of pushed me into this one corner where I had to kind of, say like whatever I had to say, it kind of blasted out in writing. But yeah, so one day, Rahman was hearing me very often singing because also at the events at KM,
Right.
and also in the studio. Sometimes, he would ask me to help out and with lyrics and stuff like that. Lots of things were being done. I was like an assistant there, and he was hearing me more often. So one day he just said, "There's this film, man. I think it needs a young, fresh voice. Would you like to sing?" I was like to? I mean, who asked that, dude? Yeah, obviously. Nobody would say no to Rahman.
Right, sir.
And that's how the first 2 songs happened, yeah.
So what's your equation with A.R. Rahman till now?
Very good, yeah. I mean, I look up to him. He's like my mentor. I'm very, very attached to him also because I've grown up listening to his music, and because we have a connection also through my father. My father's worked for him for 20 years. He's done all his events, live events, and produced and directed all his live events for the last 20 years. So we've had a very good equation since I was really young, and the equation still stays on. But I respect him so much. I'm like really scared around him. I'm always like on guard and stuff. But it's great fun. He's he's just such a lovely person. He's really funny. He'll always try to lighten up the mood by cracking a few jokes, and he's got a really different sense of humor, which is a lot of fun.
Hriday, you write your music, you write your songs, you compose your music, and you also sing your songs.
Correct.
So how do you manage to do all the aspects of a song?
I think it's easier, no? It's so easy when you can do everything. You don't need to go out anywhere and look for somebody here to help you. It's much easier. I mean, that was one of the biggest reasons why I started playing the guitar. I mean, so that I didn't have to depend on a backing track. Whenever I wanted to sing at night, I would just be like, "Okay, kaise gaun yaar?" I can't play any instrument. I can't keep going onto YouTube and looking for -1 tracks and karaoke versions, etc. So why don't I learn it myself?
Okay. How was it working with Vishal?
Amazing. Vishal is, again, I'm so glad to have such brilliant musicians and such brilliant people helping me out in my career at such an early stage. I'm really lucky. And with Vishal sir, it's been an amazing equation. It started off with last year at NN7 we met. He heard me sing and he said, "I want to check out your stuff properly, so come over to the studio, etc." I went over to the studio, played him all my original material, and he loved some of the stuff, out of which Uljha was one of the tracks that was there. And through that somehow Udanshu also happened from banjo. So the equation was, from a very, it came from the point of view of that, okay, there's this guy who's composing and writing his own stuff. He's a really nice voice, so let's use him in our stuff also, and also promote his own material,
right,
which is really awesome. And I think he believed in the music, and that's what was the most important thing you need. I mean, I was really happy that he believed in the music and was always on game to, yeah, you want to promote it? Done, let's do it. I'll come whenever you need me.
Okay.
So he's been amazing that way. And also, a lot of brilliant things I've gotten to learn from him and Shekhar sir.
Which Bollywood actor would you like to be a voice for? And any of your in your mind or something, or maybe the music directors you would like to work with?
I mean, genuinely, I feel, not a diplomatic answer, but genuinely, I think I would like to work with anyone and everyone, man. As long as the song suits me and I can do justice to it, because I think every music director brings something else to the table. Yeah, they have such unique
but
styles.
Still,
I need the
some
experience.
2-3 people on
Yeah,
your
of
mind
course,
or something.
of course. Amit Trivedi, 101%. Preetham, he's got some great stuff happening. Shankar Esanlai, I would love to work with. Mithun. These are guys.
Any Bollywood actors you would like to?
Even Amal, in the younger lot, there's Amal, there's a lot of people here. I mean, there are loads of music composers. There's, in fact, from the independent scene also, there are a couple of people like, there's this guy called Achin Thakkar who does some brilliant work. So, I want to work with him also sometime in the future. From actors' point of view, I mean, generally I'm a huge fan of Ranbir, so yeah.
Okay.
Ranbir Kapoor, so maybe yeah. Him and Shahid, I'm like huge. I've always been a fan of them so I would love to lend my voice there. And I also have enjoyed the repertoire of music that Ranbir has brought in, like, Rockstar album was
Right.
amazing. The Barfi album was amazing. So I somehow like wish I would have been one of those singers on those two albums. One of the albums.
Okay. Share your future projects with us.
Sorry?
Share your future
Oh,
projects,
sure.
which will be happening very soon or something.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously with the initiation of this single, we'd like to have recurring singles come out, and hopefully we like to keep putting out my independent stuff out there in the market. And other than that, I'm doing one Marathi film right now. I'm composing for a Marathi film, so that's going to be really exciting and different process. And it's already begun. In fact, the movie is nearly shot.
Okay.
So mid next year it should release, and I should have some stuff out by then. Other than which, I am working on. I've just sung a South song, Telugu song, another one. So hopefully that
How's
comes out
the
very
experience
soon.
been?
Amazing, yeah. I mean, I always love singing different languages.
Okay.
Because sometimes when you don't know the meaning,
So how
you
difficult
make
is
up
it?
something
It
in your
is
own head, and you
and-
have this, strong emotion.
So how difficult it is compared to Hindi when it comes to singing in a different language which you don't
It's
understand?
extremely difficult, right? Because you don't know what you're saying. Like, you're just like making up random words.
Yeah.
But Telugu is a very nice language. The phonetics are very rhythmic, which is a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you for talking to Movie
Thanks
Talkies.
a lot, man.
All the very best. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Take care.